Islam, Shalom, Hola, Aloha, Bonjour, Assalamu Alaikum, Osio. This your brother Zach Day, Indigenous American Moor, coming to you live in full effect. Like, share, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I'm dropping new content. Leave a comment down below, interact with me. I really do appreciate your viewership. Let's jump into another one. We're back at it again with Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition. More definitions for your dome piece. Let's jump into it. Hopefully it's clear. Hopefully it's legible. Right here, Actio in personam. Admiralty law, an action directed against the particular person who is to be charged with the liability. Don't forget, this word person can be a corporation as well. It could be a natural person or a legal person. It is distinguished from an actio in rem, which is a suit directed against a specific thing as a vessel or corporation, irrespective of the ownership of it, to enforce a claim or lien upon it, or to obtain out of the thing or out of the proceeds of its sale satisfaction for an injury alleged by the claimant. And then in civil law, an action against the person founded on a personal liability, an action seeking redress for the violations of a jus in personam or right available against a particular individual. All right, hopefully you can see. So on to the next one. Administrative law, that branch of public law which deals with the various organs of the sovereign power considered as in motion and described in detail the manner of their activity, being concerned with such topics as the collection of the revenue, the regulation of the military and naval forces, citizenship and naturalization, sanitary measures, poor laws, coinage, police and public safety, and morals, etc. All right, so that could be all considered administrative law. Who would be considered an administrator? All right, in the most usual sense of the word, as a person to whom letters of admiration, that is an authority to administer the estate of a deceased person. See, that's very important. When you're in these courts, we're considered, instead of a flesh and blood living man, they consider us deceased at sea. Have been granted by the proper courts a representative of limited authority whose duties are to collect assets of estate, pay its debts, and distribute residue to those entitled. And we're going to move down here to Admiral. Title of high naval officers. They are of various grades: Rear Admiral, Vice Admiral, Admiral, Admiral of the Fleet, the last named being the highest. In Old English law, a high officer or magistrate. See, high officer or magistrate. That's usually how these judges, these so-called judges, are acting when in their official capacity. They're acting as magistrates upon the sea, and they're governing and they're treating us as deceased people, and they're making rules over our personal property. All right. And it says a magistrate of the government that had the government of the King's Navy and the hearing of all causes belonging to the sea. So they're treating us as we're at sea, lost at sea, when we go into these courts, these so-called courts, and do these proceedings. Let's see, hopefully this is making sense. Admiralty, a court which has a very extensive jurisdiction of maritime causes. Civil and criminal controversies arise out of acts done upon or relating to the sea and questions of prize. Let's see, also the system of jurisprudence relating to and growing out of the jurisdiction and practices of the maritime court. In American law, the jurisdiction of the admiral and the administration of the Admiralty law proper, the local maritime law as it became a judicial function, has passed into the hands of the courts. See that? Let's see. And then if you get an attorney or a lawyer, they're practicing at law. All right. The act by which attorneys and counselors become recognized as officers of the court. You see that? When they become officers of the court, as soon as they're sworn in, they are recognized as officers of the court and allowed to practice. But there's really no, there's not really a license that one gets to practice law. All natural people have the right to practice common law. All right, so we're gonna round it off here. Hopefully it's legible. Hopefully you get what I'm saying. Hopefully everything is clear. Last but not least for today, adult. Civil law, a male infant who has attained the age of 14, a female infant who has attained the age of 12. That's why a lot of time they call people minors or minorities, because you're in a minor status. You're in like an infant status, even though it says adult here. It says once they get to this age 14 and 12 for females, if you don't claim your proper status, you'll be considered a minor or minority. See, common law, one who has attained the legal age of majority. You see how it says it's like the opposite of majority, minority. One who has attained the legal age of majority, generally 21 years, though in some states women are legally adults at 18. All right, fam. Once again, Black's Law Dictionary. This is your brother, Zach Bay, Indigenous American Moor. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell. Let me know how I'm doing. Leave a comment, interact with me. Thank you. I really do appreciate you watching. Once again, peace.